What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing Boruto episode 238. And yeah, I know that this is extremely late, but I kind of fell behind on the Boruto anime, especially with some personal stuff going on and along with the whole manga spoilers coming out and whatnot. So I did fall behind on it, but I am making an effort to catch up on it now. The last episode I reviewed, 237, was actually a good one. So I was hoping that this one would continue the trend. So this episode is about a killer on the ship that they are on. So this episode started off with the main thing being that the ship captain was killed at night. And the whole mystery behind this episode was who killed the captain and how did this happen and who are the suspects. There's so many aspects of it, so they set themselves up with a lot of potential for a good episode. So everybody found out in the morning that he was killed, and apparently he died instantly and to a huge object. So it was a quick and painless death, I guess you can say, but he did, I remember they showed he did wake up right before he was killed, so imagine seeing that right before you're about to die. Must be scary. And they definitely showed a lot more blood than what I expected for it, because I think they try keeping Boruto, a little more on the censored end compared to, I guess, bloodier animes, or even like Naruto, like way back in the past when times were easier to have shows uncensored. But yeah, a little thing to point out. So Kyoho actually has a blood rag, or a bloody rag, that he's hiding when everybody suspects him, because they know that he also wields a huge object. So right then, Iwabe steps in. He's quickly jumping the gun, and he's about to start fighting Kyoho. And what happens is that this gets stopped like right away by the others, because they don't want Iwabe obviously jumping to conclusions, but Kyoho is refusing to remove his mask as well to prove to them that he's not a member of the Funato clan, and that's another point that gets brought up a little later. So everyone splits across the ship, looking for different areas of who the potential killer can be. Something that I also liked, and something that I thought was worth noting, was that Metally and Hebichigo had a talk. And if you guys don't know, Hebichigo's the one of the new ninja seven swordsmen, and they just talked, and she pretty much says that he's not the type to go and kill the innocent for like no reason. Like, yeah, these people are people that might have done some bad things in the past, but he's not really the type to do that. So that kind of helped them determine that it most likely isn't him. But right then, a witness comes in and he says that he saw Kyoho commit the crime, and Kawaki comes in leading the charge to accuse Kyoho of it. And right then, Kyoho runs out of the room, and now he's somewhere else, and Iwabe follows, and Iwabe starts fighting him, because Iwabe thinks that him running away is definite proof that he's the guilty one. But in reality, he was running away because he didn't want to show what was under his mask. So, solid animation, by the way, too, this episode. Nothing looked terribly choppy or anything like that. Animation was, I would say, solid to good. And the art was pretty fine, too, for the most part. So, pretty serviceable stuff on that end. And what happens is, as Iwabe and Kyoho is going on, Kawaki actually just comes in, and after he knocks Kyoho to the ground, he supposedly finishes the job, and it makes a really loud sound too, so the other people on the ship can know. And this actually turns out to be a trap they set, which ends up revealing the Funato clan member, who was apparently hiding in the body of one of the passengers on the ship, and he did that through his water ability. So he comes out, and he comes out when he goes to examine Kyoho's body, and Kyoho actually is the one to catch him. which I think is some nice payoff because this episode is really centric around him, and I have noticed that they are slowly trying to give these new Seven Ninja Swordsmen some moments, some development, and some screen time. So I do think it's cool that they're showing a little bit more about each of them as the arc goes on. And what happened was that Kawaki is the one who actually uncovered this whole mystery, apparently. And I think that shows a lot that he is qualified to be a ninja, and he could be a damn good one too, with given time. So he found out because he thought that word spread too quickly, and he thought that if he faked the kill, that the opponent or the intruder would definitely come out and reveal himself at some point. So the only one who wasn't in on this plan was Iwabe, because they thought Iwabe would give it away, which I thought was funny, but it's probably true. But everybody else was on board with it afterwards, and props to Kawaki for that. So what happens with this Funato clan member now is he ends up sacrificing himself, and he actually takes out the boat's engine. Despite Hebichigo's needles stopping the Funato clan member, he just goes through, he just powers through and just sacrifices himself to take out the boat engine. And at this point I was hoping that some of the others would step in and try and stop him, but I don't know why they didn't, to be honest. But he took out the boat engine, and then we get a little bit more about Kyoho at the end. He reveals that he doesn't want to reveal like what his face is under the mask, because when he was younger, the Funato clan burned his village down, and that kind of gives us a little bit more context of his past, and kind of gives us a little bit more reason to understand like why he might be how he is. So that was a nice little addition there. Iwabe actually apologizes to him too for doubting him, and it seems like those two are going to become friends, or at least on good terms, because right after that, Kyoho tells him he can even see his face under the mask now, so that means I guess they're good buddies at the moment. And then something else I gotta point out before I give the score for this episode is that Mitsuki's just staring at Kawaki at one point, and he just calls him interesting. And I thought that was pretty funny because he always did that with Boruto for the longest time, and he still does it with Boruto sometimes, but now I guess he's doing it with Kawaki too. So just a quick little thing to mention there. Overall, I am rating this episode a 7 out of 10. It was a good episode, just like episode 237. This is one that I would recommend watching if you want to see some solid plot along with some solid action and just a mystery episode, especially in the Naruto/Boruto franchise if you're interested in that. So that's my full thoughts for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night. I'm Rewinds, and I'm